Hey guys, I just wanted to give my ideas and thoughts about the upcoming UFC 200 in about 3 or 4 weeks. I think it's going to be a great fight. It's going to be a challenge, I believe, for both Conor McGregor and Eddie Alvarez. They sort of negate each other a little bit. They say Eddie's got the ground game to defeat Conor McGregor, but I think a lot of people are undermining Conor McGregor's ground game. I believe he does have a ground game. A lot of people think that once he gets to the floor, it's gonna be lights out for him, but no. As we saw with the Chad Mendes fight, he actually was able to defend off his back and was able to land shots on Chad Mendes. Another telltale sign of Conor McGregor's ground game is his ability to get up off the ground when Chad Mendes attempted a guillotine choke on him. But it was the way he got up. It was so smooth. There was no way that a rookie or a noob could have got up like that. So that was a major sign of Conor McGregor's ground game. I mean, sure, Conor McGregor might not be, an elite ground, wrestler, but he definitely can hold his own. And that's there's no need to worry about Conor McGregor and his ground game. I think the reason why he was submitted by Diaz was because he was so fatigued. That's it. He was running on empty. Another sign of Conor McGregor's ground game was how he was able to sweep Diaz in their first fight. Again, that was a high-level sweep on a very experienced and proficient Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighter in Diaz. I think that Eddie Alvarez is not intimidated by Conor McGregor's aura and his mental warfare. Based on what I've seen in interviews and press conferences, Eddie Alvarez is not phased, or does not appear to be phased at all. So Conor McGregor's mental warfare, I don't think has worked as well as previous opponents, which is very interesting to see. So that's something that Conor McGregor might not be able to capitalize on, as in previous fights. Another danger sign for Conor McGregor, I believe, is that Eddie Alvarez is sort of underrated slightly. I think he's underrated comparing to Conor McGregor's previous opponents. I mean, you had Jose Aldo, who is a very, very popular fighter in and out of Brazil. And, he was a reigning champion for close to a decade. So Conor McGregor had to be switched on for that fight camp. There was no way that he was going to cut corners for that. And also with Nate Diaz, I'm sure, and it was obvious to see that Nate trained his ass off, especially for that second fight, to come back from that loss. Now with Eddie Alvarez, he's not as high profile as those two fighters that I just mentioned. So if Conor McGregor goes down by 1% effort, that's going to show in his on fight night and in his performance. If he does not give that fight as much importance as his two previous fights, that can come back to haunt Conor McGregor. So he has to He has to show his focus and his aptitude through his preparation for this fight. I believe Conor McGregor's much too silky on his feet. His stand-up offense is dynamic comparing to Eddie's. So I think Conor McGregor has a clear advantage on the feet. I believe Eddie's going to try and clinch the whole majority of the fight as much as he can and try to take it to the ground or up against the cage, just like how he did with Anthony Pettis. So I'm sure Conor McGregor is going to be training for that and try to remedy that. So my prediction is that, with all said and done, I think Conor McGregor is going to be victorious, because I think his IQ, he's got a fight IQ that's rare, and he believes in himself. He believes that he's able to achieve his motivation to pick out that second championship belt as well. That's, I believe, one of his major drives for Conor McGregor, is to get that piece of history. So it's going to be an amazing fight. I can't wait. It's not that far away anymore. So yeah, I can't wait. Anyway, guys, I'll talk to you guys later.